Alright gamers, Stellar Blade is here and it is not holding your hand. This game has some challenging enemies and bosses, and we here at Direct Gaming got the perfect guide for you on how to defeat Abaddon, the first real boss in the game. Let's not waste any more time. As with all our guides, we will go over the following. Prep on what moves and skills we brought to the boss fight, how to deal with the boss's moves and abilities, and finally a full unedited run through the entire fight, sped up a tad. Now, since it's the beginning of the game, there's not much in terms of moves you can really purchase with your limited resources. However, there are a couple moves I used myself that can help you out quite a bit. Before you fight the boss, you will find a campsite where you can upgrade your main weapon, which you already should have a weapon upgrade if you've been looking around the area, and also your skills. Remember, you can upgrade your skills at any camp, but the big upgrades like your sword and gadgets can only be upgraded at these big campsites. Now, when it comes to your skills, the game actually directs you towards the blink skill ability, which, by the way, you can't actually miss if you don't interact with this. I forgot about myself, and I actually died for the very first time. While it's not required to fight the boss, it is very helpful, and it just adds to your ever-growing arsenal of abilities and skills. Remember, with Blink, you need the enemy to have a blue glow around them, and then have your sword itself glow the same blue. It's a short window, so be ready. You need to not try to dodge forward when only the enemy is glowing, otherwise you're gonna get hit. So go ahead and practice it after you've got it, just like I did here on screen. After I bought Blink, I also bought Reflection 1, which helps with attacking after a perfect dodge. The big one that I highly recommend though is Beta Energy Recharge 1. This is back under the attack section of skills, and this does exactly what it sounds like. Recharges more beta energy with simply landing attacks. Other than that, you can get whatever you want if you happen to have some more skills. But with that being said, it's time to get ready with some parries and take on our very first boss. Now, when it comes to the boss fight itself, let's go over the moves the boss will throw at you and how to best avoid/counter these. Remember that unless the boss glows a yellow-orange color or the blue color that we mentioned beforehand, you can block and parry all of these attacks. When the boss charges at you like here on screen, it will attack you with both of its swords horizontally. If you're good at perfect dodging, then go ahead and do that, but I recommend parrying here. There is a difference between parrying and blocking, by the way. Parrying is like what you see here on screen, where you really hear the clang of your sword. Plus, you can tell visually by both the color that you'll see around you, plus below the boss's health bar, the little yellow dots that you see there, will decrease by 1. If you end up getting that down to 0, you can activate a big move which can deal a lot of damage to the boss. When the boss glows blue, like I mentioned a couple times already, remember to try and wait until your weapon glows blue to dodge behind it. However, sometimes this can be pretty fast, so it's best to be on your toes. Also, if you do what I did and push back instead of forward, you will not move behind the boss, but you will most likely activate a perfect dodge. Both are fine, but obviously more damage to the boss is always nicer. When the boss swings his left sword, there's a high chance it's going to be turned into a 2-hit combo at the start. The further its health goes down, it will actually turn into a 3-hit combo. You can parry all the attacks, thus lowering the balance bar even more. But be careful with the timing. There's a small delay when the second and third attacks happen, depending on where the boss's health is. Heck, sometimes that third attack won't happen, so just be ready. When the boss raises its swords above its head, it will perform an X-shaped attack at you, so definitely be ready for this one. It can look intimidating, but don't worry, you can still block it. If you end up lowering the balance bar under the boss's health to 0, then you can activate what is called a Retribution move, where you get this prompt to hit triangle and you can deal some good damage to the boss. Not to mention, it will actually leave it on the ground for a couple of seconds afterwards, allowing you to deal damage as it tries to get up. When you get the boss to around half of its health, it will start using its lightning-based moves, which, as you might have guessed, are unblockable. When you see the boss glow that unblockable yellow-orange color and it raises both of its swords above its head, back away. Lightning strikes will start to land around you. Now, you can either dodge these or you can actually hold down the dodge button to run around, so do what is best for you. After that particular move, there is a good chance that the boss will actually jump at you like on screen. It's unblockable, so make sure you move. Also remember, if you get knocked down, make sure to hit circle to get back up fast, otherwise you're going to be left very wide open and vulnerable. Like I mentioned above, the 2-hit combo that he did beforehand has now become a 3-hit combo, so don't attack until you know that he's finished all 3 attacks on you. Also, if you see the boss raise its swords above its head and then do an X-shaped attack with both swords, the attack will actually send out a horizontal electric slice that will travel towards you if you're standing in front of the boss. This is where dodging and holding the dodge button to run works really well. Also, side note, some small electrical ball attacks will fly from the boss after this particular move is done, so don't stop running and dodging until you avoid those as well. Final move to watch out for is a 2-hit combo followed by a jump back and finally into a spinning lunge attack. This caught me off guard the very first time because it's actually pretty fast, so be careful. Other than that, there's no new moves from this boss, but I highly recommend doing a 2-hit combo standard attack followed by 1 to 2 heavy moves, as it's short and deals good damage to the boss without leaving yourself wide open. During this entire section of the B-roll and also the unedited section after this, you'll notice I didn't actually use any of my beta moves. You know, the L1 and a face button. Honestly, I just simply forgot. Obviously, they would have made the fight go a lot faster, so use what you can. Keep hitting the boss until you get a quick time event prompt, and you can finally take your first elite Nighttiba down. Now here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to take him down completely. By the way, don't forget, it's okay if you die. This game will challenge you, and you need to learn its attacks to best it. All enemies in this game are going to be challenging to some degree, so take this as a learning opportunity, get better, and just kick their butt. As always, don't forget to let us know in the comments below what strategies you use and what other moves you use to take this first boss on. If you enjoyed the guides, then a like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Stellar Blade guides and other videos in the top right corner and pinned comment. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Tallen with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.
Yeah.